Okay, I got a really exciting episode today. My name is Eric McCoy, and we are recovering through highness. I'm going to show you a powerful, effective, and enjoyable way to get high. Now, since we were little kids, we've always sought for some form of altered consciousness. Maybe you would spin in circles until you became dizzy, rode on skateboards to gain some adrenaline and pleasure, go to horror night walkthroughs to get a good scare, which would release those fight or flight neurotransmitters that promote pleasure. Ride a roller coaster, jump out of an airplane, or maybe you go bungee jumping. All you were seeking was a high. That highness is wonderful. And physiologically, you were using the same neurotransmitters that drugs manipulate. Now, the coolest part is that there are no side effects, or at least much fewer side effects. Now, I'm going to tell you a side effect that I did experience from a natural experience. So in the early 90s, I lived in Chico, California. My brother, myself, and a roommate, we decided to go bungee jumping. Now, I was terrified of heights. It's probably not the right thing to do. And this was a 300-foot train bridge out near the Shasta Mountains. Now, it was late at night with a full moon, and it was beautiful, except for the fact that I was about to launch myself off a bridge that had the equivalence of a building that was, 30 stories high? Now, once it was my turn and they hooked me up, I climbed over the railing and I awaited that countdown. 10, 9, 8. And once they said go, I threw my arms back and I flew nowhere. My hands would not open. They were so latched onto that railing. It was so tight. I told them that we're going to need a crowbar, maybe a hammer. Now, after they assured me that this was safe and what was the worst thing that could happen, I thought, well, the rope could snap, my harness could break, my heart could explode. I decided to give another try, and I coached my hands a little to release, open, or something that would allow me this amazing opportunity to take the fall and bounce around on this giant bungee cord. Now, once they said go again, my hands were still hesitant, but I used my tiny little brain to make it work. Now, after all the years that I'd done meth, I have never felt an adrenaline high as that experience. I fell over 250 feet, and once those cords stretched as far as they could, I shot up, I don't know, maybe 100 feet. And once I reached that peak, my stomach wanted me to grab that cord, which they warned us not to because the springs would rip your fingers off. Now, I forced myself not to grab it, and I bounced around until I finally came to a rest. Now, I'm now hanging over 100 feet from the bridge and 200 feet from the ground below. Amazing experience. Okay, so here's the side effect that I experienced. That was almost the same as a side effect that I experienced on meth. They dropped the rope down with a latch that I hooked to my harness, and the entire group above, they pulled me up. I climbed over the railing, sat down, and I passed out. I depleted my body of adrenaline, which has the similar story that I discuss in Pain, Failure, and Misery Are the Stepping Stones to Success when I crashed my car 3 times in one night. I had no more energy chemicals left, and the only way to replenish them is to sleep. Pretty cool though, huh? All right, let's get high. So what I want you to do is I want you to follow my lead on this, all right? And we're going to get high. And I wrote a paper on this in school. We had to come up with some form of treatment modality that does not currently exist today. And here's what I did it on. You ready? Ready to get high? All right, follow my lead. Oh my God. Now, I did feel that my head was about to explode. And what else happened? Well, I had those same neurotransmitters that kick out when you do meth. I had adrenaline, epinephrine, the neurotransmitter. It's involved with energy. And the most important one of all, why did we get high? Dopamine. And I had that kick of dopamine. You ever laughed so hard that you cried? How did you feel? Covering through highness. That's what this is about. It's not about not getting high. It's about doing it clean and sober. We can do the same thing. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you followed my lead. And you got to laugh. You got to laugh hard till your stomach hurts and your face turns red. Oh, yeah. Ah, what a rush. Amazing. All right. Thank you for tuning back into Recovering Through Highness. My name is Eric McCoy. Please subscribe to my channel because we're going to keep getting high. We are going to keep getting high.
Show the world.